Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Joe Emilio Show. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking a lot about load shedding and Cyril Ramaphosa. And later on, ladies and gentlemen, at 8 p.m., joining me, my guest tonight, Rob Hutchinson from DRSA, where we're going to get a follow-up on what DRSA has been doing about the health, the amendments to the Health Act, and a whole lot more, ladies and gentlemen. So all that and a lot more coming up. Hello, welcome back. All right, so once again, I'm streaming on a Monday. I know that some of you may have load shedding at this point. My deepest condolences. I hope you will be able to watch this later when you are, up and running again. Load shedding, ladies and gentlemen, really causing havoc around the entire of South Africa. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in, for joining me on this Monday evening. We are already more than halfway through September. Man, September has just flown. Has it not? Like August felt like a long month, and now September is just flying by. Let me know your thoughts if you think the same. I already have Gavin in the chats, as always. Thank you, Gavin, for tuning in. He says, good evening all. Good evening to you as well, Gavin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, and just in case you guys don't know, I do have a Telegram open group. So please join that. You'll find a link in the description, I hope. Gavin, let me know if there is. And yeah, so please join that group. It's an open group. There's some rules, so it's not like crazy and going insane. Like, we do try and respect everyone's privacy on that group. It's on Telegram, like I said. And don't forget that if you're a member to this channel, you can become, you get exclusive rights on the Telegram group, which means you get to be an admin, and you get to be part of the WhatsApp group, which has even more interesting things spoken about. And you get access to a whole lot of other perks, so please consider becoming a member for just 60 Rand, guys. Just 60 Rand is all you have to do to support this channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, so with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Gavin, for putting the link in the chats. Greatly appreciated. Cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, there's quite a few things to talk about tonight. The first one I might get a bit... Well, actually, I think I'm going to get angry with all of these, to be honest. So I might be ranting quite a bit. So, rant warning. It's going to get interesting. Having said that, though, let's have a look at our first headline, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still with me, here we go. So, new tax on car, truck, bus, and taxi tires hits motorists in South Africa hard. I've spoken about this before. I think I did a little short on it. You may have seen it. If you follow me on TikTok, you would have seen this. I spoke about this, how there's a what's it called? Import duties, right? They want to increase. So basically, the International Trade Administration Commission. Hold on one second. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, guys. I do have to... Let me actually... We'll get to this in a moment because... just one second. Sorry, guys, that I have to do this like this. I will inform you guys what I'm busy with at the moment. I don't want to say anything right now because nothing's confirmed. But this is load shedding related. But yeah. Anyway, so as I was saying, the International Trade Administration Commission, ITAC, just announced the imposition of a new 38.33 provisional duty on tires imported from China. This is on top of the import duties that currently exist between 25 and 30%. So, yeah. And according to the tire, so there's another flipping tire import, whatever thing. The latest duties will push the overall duties to close to 70% mark, okay? So I'm not going to go through this entire article, but what you need to know is this. The provisional duties, which are another tax that consumers and businesses will have to bear, are effective immediately, okay? It means the taxi operators will now pay 23% more for tires. Truck and logistics providers will pay 22% more, higher than applied for. And passenger vehicle owners will now have to outlay between 21 and 25% more for tires. Now, this has a devastating effect, ladies and gentlemen, because all this means right now is not only do if you own a car now, you have to pay more now for tires, right? It means transportation costs go up, right? Which means food prices will go up, right? Even petrol may go up because, tankers deliver petrol to the petrol stations, right? So anything that's transported by car, it's going to double. Like Uber will go up. Freaking Mr. D is going to go up. Everything is going to go up to try and cover this because these kinds of services obviously use tires or use vehicles, and those tires are going to, they use them every day, thousands, if not millions of kilometers over a month. It's, not a million, but you know what I mean? Thousands of kilometers in a month. Tires, I would imagine, for someone who drives every day their vehicle, you're going to need to change a tire maybe every 6 months, at least once a year, I would say, depending on how often you drive, of course. But tires are cock expensive, man. Not just for consumers, but for your big lorries and stuff like that. But those tires are really, really expensive already, and now they have to cough up an extra 20% or over 20% more. It's really, really going to drive costs up. And there's a very good point that is made here as well, because we've heard that petrol price is going down, right? So it's going down again next month. Allegedly, that's what they're saying now. But there's two good points that I just want to read, but I'm struggling to find it now. Where was it? We're basically saying that even though the tires are going down, the petrol price is going down, because of this tire increase, it's really not going to make a difference on travel costs. And then there we go. While there is some good news for commuters and transport and logistics sector that this month's decrease in the petrol price, the imposition of this provisional duties on tires imported from China will negate this relief and drive up price of all tires. Since tires are the third biggest input cost in transport after wages and fuel, these new duties will have a knock-on effect on the price of goods and specifically food. There you go. So expect your food costs to go up, ladies and gentlemen. And what worries me, I'm sure you guys have seen some of these viral videos that are going around of these truck drivers that are overtaking, 21 people were killed over the weekend in a horrible crash. That was neglect in my opinion. The truck driver there was like a double, it was a double line on the road. He wasn't supposed to overtake. But add to this now that these increases will be extremely difficult for financially constrained consumers to afford given the current inflationary climate. The fortunate consequence is that people will either delay. The unfortunate consequence is that people will either delay replacing the tires or trade down to illegally regrooved tires. Both exceptionally dangerous outcomes, especially as we head into the end of the year holiday season. I couldn't agree with this guy even more. Um, it's very dangerous. So, look, I don't know what can be done. It sounds like this is being implemented. It's tough times are coming, ladies and gentlemen, and the tough times are going to get worse, unfortunately. But let me get to some of the yes, Gavin saying there's a Wi-Fi text. Well, that's the government's trying to implement that. I don't think it's going to happen. Hopefully not, but who knows? So let's see. Jesse, good to see you here, man. Joe, been a while, man. Hope you're good. I'm good, man. Amy's also in the house. Hello, Amy. Good to see you. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me just check something quickly, and I'll let you guys know what's going on. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news just in. Well, it's not really breaking news. It doesn't really affect any of you guys. But unfortunately, Rob will not be joining this evening due to load shedding. Shame. I do wish he told me a bit earlier, but he was trying to make a plan. He was trying to get some electricity sorted, and he just messaged me and said he wasn't able to do it. He still had a bit of time anyway until he was on the show, so I think he was trying to work out a plan. Anyway, I'm chatting to him now. We are going to try and get him on tomorrow. Now, because of load shedding, I suggested to him that, look, let me know when you have load shedding. Look at your schedule. When you have power, then we'll try and do it. So tomorrow will just be an hour with Rob. I'll make a stream or whatever. I'll change the name of this stream. I'll change the details when I'm done streaming here. Basically, you'll see there'll be a new stream with Rob, and it'll just be an hour. It won't be a 2-hour show because it'll probably be during the day or at a time when he does have power. So it might be a very random stream, ladies and gentlemen, but do look out for it. Do share it far and wide, because I'll be chatting to Rob about updates of the Health Amendment Act, and as well as some other DRSA important campaigns that they've got going on, which I'm very much looking forward to having that conversation with him. So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Rob will not be able to join me tonight, but I promise you we'll make a plan. He'll be on tomorrow. We'll do something, which means I'm not going to stream for very much longer. Maybe I'll keep this to just half an hour so that more people will watch this and get the news. And like I said, I'll change I'll change the details on the stream once I'm done here. So I'll just go through what I wanted to chat about. There's a few things, like it's all kind of related, the next headlines, so it will go fairly quickly. But yeah, okay, so first off, I know we're on stage 5, so, oh wow, thank you, Gavin, for the 70 Rand super chat. Hope this will brighten your day. Thank you. No, thank you very much, Gavin. Thank you so much for the 70 Rand Sasa chat, as we call it on this channel. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. It's going to go towards my, I don't know, I was thinking of a fund, but I can't think of anything. Oh, I'll probably donate it to my my TV fund. I want to film my one-man show for TV, so I'm saving up for that. So hopefully I'll donate to that. I'll put it in there. All right, so let's see. Permanent. Let me just put this up. Now I know we're on stage 5 now or something. I can't even keep up anymore with these stages. Now, one moment we're on stage 2, the next moment we're on stage 3, next moment we're on stage 6, and then we're back to stage 5. Let me see what this Yomasa push. Okay, so currently on stage 6, stage 5 starting at midnight. So stage 5 will be implemented tonight. Okay. I just wanted to point this out though. Let's see here. So permanent stage 2 load shedding an option, but Eskom decided against it for now. Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing the collapse of a grid. That's basically what is happening. Eskom considered continuous load shedding and to normalize stage 2, right? Can you imagine for a moment, right? Just imagine for a moment living with load shedding forever. Not forever. Like, I think it was just for, like, I don't know how long. Like, for a while, all right? I saw another article. You may have seen a YouTube short of it, where there's Eskom Code Red, okay, which they're saying that in that article that Eskom needs to implement stage 2 for the next year, from September 2022 till September 2023. If they don't, they're screwed. So it's getting really, really bad, guys. And the fact that they're even discussing this kind of stuff, like, okay, cool, load shedding now might be a thing that we have to live with, is a really scary conversation to have. And the words are normalized, It's not normal. It shouldn't ever be normal. No one should think like, oh yeah, rolling blackouts, that's normal. You don't want to be speaking to someone outside of the country and be like, oh, you don't have rolling blackouts, but it's so normal here. No, it should never, ever be normal. As a matter of fact, things are getting so bad, ladies and gentlemen, that, some experts are saying that there might be load shedding. Just want to make a bit space here. Some people are saying that, experts are saying, that we should prepare to live with power cuts for another 5 to 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this is according to Matthew Cruz, who is an energy expert, who says that he raised concerns about breakdowns at new power stations compared to older ones. Obviously, nobody listened to him. And he says South Africans should prepare to live with power cuts for the next 10 years. This is the gloomy forecast for one energy expert who has been commenting on the last round of rolling blackouts hitting the country. The short respite in power outages, I don't know what's wrong with me today, I can't read. Eskom went into crisis mode this week as 3 generating units at the Kendal and Tutuka power station malfunctioned, and another unit's returned to Camden power station got delayed. Of course, it's always stuff. All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Some experts saying, or at least one expert is saying, we gotta live with this for the next 5 to 10 years, right? And what's really annoying about all this, okay, there's a few things that's quite annoying, but one thing that really, I'm just giving you a bit of a trigger warning for those of you that are watching. The next few headlines are going to make you angry, okay? Because while we're in stage 6, right, Eskom still wants a 32% hike on tariffs. Yeah, the audacity, right? So no. Let's make us pay more for a product we don't get half the time. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't, right? And this is true, guys. And next year, Eskom is trying to get this 32% height tariff increase. I don't know what freaking organization or union, I don't know what it is, has to decide this year if it's going to happen. So there we go. Eskom submitted that application, requested to be allowed the amount of that and that. So obviously it needs to be able to, recoup that. Um, I'm trying to find where is that organization. Um, oh yeah, and the reason why they want to increase is because the increased price in diesel. That's what they want to do. So the reason why there's an increase is because the diesel price is going up, and I mean, if this doesn't piss you off, um, maybe this will. All right. The cost to end load shedding, 500 billion rand. Well, at least that might explain where the 500 billion rand went. So South Africa will require 500 billion rand in private investment to end power cuts that are stalling economic growth by the start of 2025. Ending load shedding by end of 2024 is possible, but a stretch. It would require that all efforts to end the crisis and introduce energy reforms would have to go like clockwork. That's not going to happen. Medupi Power Station, for example, how long was that operating until what? 1 week in, it exploded. And then, of course, they want to implement, we need new energy transformation, whatever cuck, new energy, right? Look, I don't necessarily have a problem with renewable energy and all that stuff. I mean, the jury's still out on whether or not that is better than normal energy. There's a lot of debate in those circles, but I'm not here to debate that. What I am going to say is that stuff may work for first world countries, but the reason why it works in those countries is because they're first world countries. We're not first world. We don't have an economy that can support that. We don't have the funds that can support that to build that. And speaking of which, it would explain why this guy decides to go to the US, right? Just before the funeral, and meets up with Biden and actually, I think, lies, because he said Ramaphosa vows to improve investment environment for U.S. companies after talks with Biden. Just give me a moment. Just before I get into that, all right? Because I was on a train of thought specifically with energy, right? So here we go. Just energy transition, all right? Africa will require more funding to achieve an effective and just transition that leaves no one behind and that protects workers and communities that would be affected by the transition from fossil fuel to clean energy. Specifically, South Africa will require more funding. South Africa will require more funding. He's basically standing there with a bowl asking for more money. And we all know that money is not going to go to clean energy. It's not going to go to protect the workers and the communities and all that stuff. Because right now, at this moment, the workers and the communities are suffering. Every single South African right now is suffering during this load shedding, during stage 6, stage 5, stage 4. I don't care if it's stage 1. Everyone is suffering. And while this so-called president is out there making promises that he can't keep by saying that, we're going to make it, the environment in South Africa more, we're gonna improve the investment environment for the U.S. For U.S. companies to come in. Oh, please, man! The moment that the U.S. companies know that there's load shedding in here, they're gonna fuck off. How many U.S. companies have already left? Right? They're leaving by the drone. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Heinz, I can't find Heinz ketchup anymore. All right? There are certain American products I can't find in this country anymore. Dr. Pepper had a shortage for a while, all right? Domino's, nowhere to be seen. I don't know, maybe it's in some other places in South Africa, but it's not in the Western Cape, all right? And the list can go on and on of all these other businesses that have tried to start something here in South Africa, but the load shedding is a huge, huge problem. And besides the load shedding, Don't get me started on the labor laws, okay, that make it nearly impossible for businesses to start here in South Africa because it is not an environment, an investment. It's not investment friendly. It's just not. And until some of the policies in this country change, and until until the load shedding is completely fixed, there's not going to be any investment in this country. All Cyril Ramaphosa is going to do is stand in front of world leaders, beg for money, and this money is probably going to go towards their campaign in 2024, right? Some of it, if not all of it, or to pay off people that they still owe money to, whatever the case. I don't know. Let me tell you something. If we start seeing the ANC spending money in a way that's like trying to save them, like for example, all of a sudden there's an increase in grants, for example, like the amount in grants. Oh, like I wouldn't be surprised, right? I would not be surprised if next week, all right, all of a sudden, or in 2 weeks' time, all of a sudden, the ANC is saying things like, oh, we're going to increase the grant by another 300, 600 Rand. Oh, wait, hold on. We have salaries that haven't been paid? Well, here you go. Take it. Because they're using all that money that they're getting right now for new energy and all that cock. They're using it to save their asses. Or actually, no, to buy votes. It's not really to save their assets. They're just trying to buy votes because they know their days are numbered. All right? And I know some of you are going to say I'm a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but this is what they do. We've seen this. We've witnessed this. This is textbook ANC, right? Right now in the 2024, ANC has a big date with fate, and they're going to try and hold on to their power, even though they should be gone. Let me look at some of the comments. That's it for the headlines, ladies and gentlemen. I told you a rant was coming. I'm pissed off. And I'm sure a lot of South Africans are pissed off as well. I mean, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And now everyone's making a big deal because Cyril's coming back. Like, he's probably on a plane right now. Ooh, big whoop. As if Cyril comes back and then, everything's fixed, So, yeah. Zach in the house. Because everything's going to shit, Zach. So, yeah. I must streamline. Yeah. Okay. That's what I said. No, they have. They've already stolen, but they're going to steal more, man. The US is load shedding. I know that. No, you're not. Thank you. Okay. The 38 mil will help buying. Yeah, I know, but someone's going to pay for that, right? And that's why the tariffs are going up. That's why they want to increase the tariffs. So we have a president that isn't going to fix anything. We have electricity that's probably going to go up. If it doesn't go up by 38%, it's going to go up by something. We have petrol that is going down, but at the same time, tire tax is going up, which means it's still going to be expensive to drive, and food costs are going to go up. So everything's going up, guys. Give it a few months. Yeah, man. I wish I could have some happy news for you guys, but unfortunately at the moment, this weekend is very busy with a lot of things going on, a lot of things being announced, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. What's interesting though is Johannesburg has announced that they will be moving off of Eskom. So there's a lot of things happening. Like Cape Town's already doing it, where Cape Town's moving away from Eskom, and the DA thinks in 2 or 3 years we will no longer be with Eskom, which is great if they can do it. So yeah. And I'm sure Cyril will fix the election, probably. Buy gold and save your own life. Not bad advice. So yeah, it's a bit of a gloomy one today. But keep your heads up, man. Keep your heads up. I think as long as you are able to protect yourself, your family, your community, and just prepare yourself for the inevitable, which is the collapse of this country, state collapse. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. Anybody who thinks that the ANC is still able to save what's left is fooling themselves and lying to themselves and lying to everybody else. It's done. I think at this point we are past the point of no return, especially when the Eskom is saying, hey, we might have to do stage 2 load shedding for a year, you know. It's just gotten gradually worse, and it's going to get gradually worse until either we all go to the voting polls, and if that doesn't work, then just protect yourselves, guys. Protect yourselves. Do what you got to do, and I know that's easier for some people to do than others. But for those of you that are waiting on the government, you're going to be waiting for a very long time, and nothing is going to happen. Anyway, let me end it there. Seeing as, unfortunately, my guest can't join me tonight. I'm really sorry for those of you that are tuned in for Rob, but let me just explain again for those of you that tuned in late. Rob can't make it due to load shedding. Why am I not surprised? So, I would just like to let you guys know that he will be joining us tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know when. I'm going to confirm with him a time. I'll put up the stream. It's going to be at a random time. Because it's going to depend on when he has electricity. So it might be 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it might be 10 o'clock in the morning, it might be 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't know. But I'll chat to him, and if you can't watch it, that's all right. You can always catch it later. It's YouTube or when you have electricity. But yeah, I will get Rob back on tomorrow at some point. So just look out for that. I'm going to change all the details on the stream once I'm done here in a few seconds. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you to everybody who did tune in. Sorry that it didn't that we couldn't have Rob on tonight, but it's fine. Like I said, we'll have him on at some point. And I just want to say once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Gavin, for the 70 Rand super chat. It's greatly appreciated. Don't forget that you can become a member. You get some exclusive perks to this channel, so please go check it out from the join button below. And yeah, guys, I'll see you when I have Rob on. Other than that, once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with me for this brief edition of the Joe Emilio Show. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.